This is Bianca Marie, and you're listening to Hoobazoo.com.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
This is blasphemy. This is madness. This is the booth.
Staring down, looking at the blood-stained concrete. You're the dead MC, lying at my feet. You took a 9mm rhyme straight to your mind. Damn, my better split. This is my time, so I make my way up the block. Get to home base and lock that up. Crack the Cavassier and grab the phone. Call one of my troops up. Hope the soldiers on me says, yo, what's up, what's going on? Make it quick, cause I'm trying to get my Stella on. Nigga, your girl, I'm in the... These lyrical assassins tried to pull a hit, and then boom, came a noise from the other room. It was the boys in blue with the SWAT crew. They got us locked up for lyrical murder. It's one of them charges that you never heard of. It's the booth. The booth. The booth. The booth. Yeah, it's the booth. The booth. The booth. Yeah, we're killing all your podcasts like the HIV virus. You want to battle this kid? Huh, don't even try this. Back the up, think again, count to 10. You want to grab that mic just to get done in? It's the booth. The booth. The booth. The booth. Yeah, it's the booth. The booth. The booth. The booth. Yeah, it's the booth.
Was he African?
African.
No. He was American, and he was like you. He looked just like you.
He was Jewish.
Just like you.
Okay, Jew.
Okay.
It's an odd crime for a Jew to commit.
Yeah, pretty docile.
Okay, so we have an African Jew wearing a hoodie.
No, you don't.
No.
No, that's not what I said. Is that what you heard me say? I said he looked like you. Do you look like an African Jew?
No, I look like a cop.
Yeah.
He was Caucasian.
Here, we're ready to come in here. All right, your boy Sinister One broadcasting live from the City of Champions. You are listening to The Booth. It is January 26th, and it is flying along. It's actually snowing here right now, people, in the Massachusetts area. And if you're looking at my guest on my left to open this show, Noah Mittman, he is in Colorado, and I guess it is actually snowing out there with him, too. I mean, how bad is it snowing out there right now, man? Can you hear me?
Got my levels.
There you go. You're
yeah,
good.
We got a nice,
okay.
a nice little Colorado snowstorm. Yeah, we're here. But yeah, man, it's crazy that it's kind of a stormy day across the U.S. right now.
Nice, yeah, and it's great stuff. So I got you on the show here. We got some stuff that we want to talk about before we get into this. I got to thank my guests from last week, Kenneth Diesenhoff and Robert Resnick, for joining the show last week. We had a great show. They're going to be on again. But as I said, I got Noah Mittman on tonight, Snowman Films. I've also got some guests coming on later in the show, Pretty Poisson and Dro Casco, to talk about the Branding Boston event. But before we get into the show, I've got to talk about my sponsor, Michael Douglas Barreto. He's the guy that fixes my Xbox controllers when things go bad. I send them out within 48 hours. He has me up and going, shipped back, and this guy is no joke. He's been the best around for me. Just, you know, it's been a great thing for me, and I love it. Moving into the news booth, and going to talk about Amazon. Amazon is set to add 3,000 jobs to the City of Boston Seaport area. These are going to be corporate jobs as they move their corporate offices or open a new corporate office in the Boston area. 3,000 jobs in the Seaport area is much needed, so I'm glad to see that happen. Also in the news booth, Boston Marathon will be back in 2021 of October if these rollbacks continue to happen progressively as they are. And if so, we will see the Boston Marathon on October 11th, which will be Columbus Day instead of Patriots Day in April. Still nippy weather, but we'll be there. Also in the news booth, Kellyanne Conway is in hot water after she posted a topless photo of her 16-year-old daughter. And now fans of her daughter, Claudia, on TikTok have now unleashed pretty much a cancel culture against Kellyanne Conway. It looks like the cops are now involved. There is going to be some type of investigation. Someone actually shared a fight between Kellyanne Conway and her daughter in regards to these nude photos, topless photos. And the mother, Kellyanne Conway, is blaming the boyfriend for posting the video, the pictures to her Twitter page, which is complete BS. If you can search the YouTube videos out there of her and her mother battling, look at Noah. He's like, I can't believe this. But yes, this did happen. It's been breaking news before we actually went live. It is a crazy story, and this is not going anywhere anytime soon. In the legal booth, I'm going to let you chime in a second. I'm going to let you chime in. In the legal booth, the GOP tried to halt. The GOP tried to halt the impeachment of Donald Trump. It was dismissed. It's moving forward, but they think they still may not have enough votes to impeach him. We'll see what happens there. Also, heading into the entertainment booth, rest in peace to Larry King, 87 years old. It's tough to see all these legends passing away as we enter 2021. I've got another one in the sports booth. Also, Bruce Bills, a young kid, he just released a powerful video called Renee's Pain, which is about his mother and what he saw his mother going through in domestic violence. It's a very powerful video. He's actually going to be on this show February 23rd, so I'm pretty psyched about that. Also in the entertainment booth, Microsoft rolls back their XBL rate hike. They said that their Xbox Live rates were going to go up, and everybody lost their minds. And within 12 hours, they turned around and said, you know what, we're going to rewind that. That's not happening. We care about our fans. We care about the people who support our Xbox. I applaud them because this is the third time that they've done this. Now, before I even get into this trailer, I'd rather get into this interview and discussion with my man Noah Mittman, who is now on the show with me. He's been on the show with me in this left side. Did you want to chime in on the Kellyanne Conway story? You were just like in shock. Oh, are you there?
It's just ridiculous. That's, oh my God. That sucks for the daughter. My God.
And she's
Kellyanne Conway continuing to be Kellyanne Conway in the worst way possible.
Well, she's been in the forefront of this TikTok YouTube battle that a lot of people don't know. You know, she was part of the reason why her mother stepped down from the White House, and part of the reason why her dad stepped away from the Lincoln Project, because it was really splitting up their home environment, because she truly hated Donald Trump and the fact that her mother worked for him. So this had caused a lot of stress in the home. So
yeah,
it's tough stuff. So I got my guest on with me. Noah's on with me. He's a filmmaker.
He's a sane person.
He is a filmmaker from Snowman Films. And I'm going to just let you put your resume out there for people, man. Let them know what you've done and what you've been doing under COVID and what you might have coming out in the works in the future.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been a full-time filmmaker for 15 plus years, and now with COVID, kind of getting into the course creation and video coaching and course creating coaching space. So really kind of what I'm about now is empowering course creating solopreneurs and equipping them with fully integrated, monetizable, and comprehensive courses and ideas, and just helping out as much as possible with getting the future of education going, which is online.
And so who are some of your inspirations now that I got you here also?
Yeah. Inspirations for the online space or for filmmaking?
Both.
Yeah. Okay, great. I love it. Let's go filmmaking first. My favorite all-time director, hands down. If you haven't seen his movies, go check them out, please. Edgar Wright. He did Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, Baby Driver, just an absolute boss in filmmaking. And if I had to name one for the course creation online space, Russell Brunson or Amy Porterfield are both total badasses. They're just really helping the world in a lot of ways and teaching the hacks of getting success.
Nice. I like that. And as far as filmmaking, what do you bring to this table for this online that you're doing, and how can people get involved if they want to get involved?
Yeah, 100%. So really, I kind of bridge the gap between the content game and the course game. So like a lot of courses are video courses. So having that filmmaking and DIY background on my end, I can really help people make their courses look, sound, and feel more professional. And then also with the coaching space is really leading them from, idea creation, market research, technology side, promotion side, all that stuff to get their word out and really make a difference and make an impact with what they want to teach.
Nice. Great stuff. Do you have any links actually so they can hook up with you, or how do you have something like that for them? Because I'd like to put them, get them in the air. You got to get them in the chat.
No, yeah. So reach out for sure. My main platform at the moment is Facebook. I have a Facebook group called Stop Waiting and Start Creating Your Course. And I really am trying to kind of reach out and help people and ask questions and get people to a place where they're actually, again, stopping waiting and starting creating, because I think getting into action is something that a lot of people struggle with. Mm-hmm. And if you can just kind of break through that first barrier of getting started, that's when you really start moving forward and doing what you want to be doing on this planet. So that's Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm trying to get my Clubhouse game going right now.
Clubhouse is this new thing. I haven't actually jumped on it because I've heard mixed reviews about it right now. So I'm not sure exactly how that flows. Somebody said there's a lot of clout chasing going on there. I don't know. I haven't really jumped on it. I actually haven't even checked it out yet.
I'm just checking it out right now.
And what are your thoughts on it? How do you feel about it? Is it clout chasing?
Yeah, I literally just today started checking it out.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I don't know. Well, again, I don't really for me, I'm always wanting to add value with wherever I can. So I think for me, I'm trying to create a community for educating course creators and giving them tools. And it's basically just, it's networking on steroids. It's a whole room of people, audio. It's all audio. And they're basically just having conversations, and it's people from around the world. It's crazy. I was on just audio listening on the drive home, and I heard, a British accent, a Irish accent, a South African accent. It's just everywhere. People are from there. And it's really an interesting space to kind of just spread knowledge. And I think, again, it's that first step of making a connection to then talk further later on. But it's, again, you can network literally from around the world. And I think could potentially be as powerful if it keeps going as Facebook groups are right now.
Ooh, maybe I'll have to check it out and keep an eye on this. I think this is something, maybe it's something worth checking out or investing or looking into. So I'll have to see that. So it's Clubhouse. And I've been seeing a lot of people talk about this. So I actually haven't checked.
It has some potential for sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll check out. I'll take your word for it. One of the things I wanted to talk about, I've got a trailer coming up to talk about. Close out the entertainment booth. But before I got to get into this trailer,
today was literally my first day of hopping on.
Well, the one thing I want to ask you is that under COVID, and being a filmmaker yourself, under COVID, a lot of people have taken this time to get their work and their creative juices flowing. And what I've seen is this explosion of great filmmaking on TikTok, on Facebook, on Twitter, all these social media outlets. Everybody's now doing filmmaking. They're buying filmmaking software. I actually saw a great story about a Nigerian stunt crew who, with a $40 budget and a small phone camera, they've been shooting these reenactments of great stunt films like Matrix and things of that sort. And because everybody's sitting around at home because of COVID, some movie studio recognized them and has decided to fly them out to try out, to do a big budget, possible film. Which is great, because when you talk about Nigeria, you're talking about some of the poorest places in the country. Like I said, a $40 budget. But because they impressed somebody who's probably would have never have ever seen it, but because of COVID, everybody's home and spending a lot of time surfing the net, you're seeing a lot of people get this out there. How do you feel as a filmmaker seeing stories such as this?
That's absolutely incredible. That is that's the dream, right? So that I think is like the definition of like why the internet is so awesome, because you can literally there's no gatekeepers anymore. You can just go make stuff and upload it, and if it resonates with people, you can open up opportunities that like they would have never been able to do that without the internet. That's incredible. So that's like good for them. That's amazing. That's an incredible story, and they deserve their shot. That's awesome.
It seems like we have a little bit of delay here. I've got some friends on in the chat. Beverly Hayes, what's up? Debbie Fitzgerald. Solomon Clark, what's going on with the music business? Just saw you go live the other night. Wishing you luck. Vianna Marie, she's in the chat. What's going on? Kelsey Canfield, what's going on? See her in the chat. Patrick Goldstone, what's going on? I'm here with Nora Mittman of Snowman Films. And what is your outlook for 2021? What do you have going on other than this online project that you have going on? Is there anything else that you're looking to put out there and get done?
Yeah, I mean, the online coaching thing is kind of the main thing right now. I'm also going to be doing some editing for big YouTube channels, kind of as some side gigs. And I mean, the eventual kind of goal with all this is to be able to take profits from the online ventures, take percentage of profits and put them into some passion project, and maybe have my own Nigerian story where I put out some stuff, I make some passion projects, and see where it goes.
Nice. Cool. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to let you give your social media out and where people can reach you and contact you. And then what we'll do is we'll roll this trailer real quick, and we can talk about this trailer, and then I'll let you get out of here.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Check me out on Facebook, Noah Mittman. My company page, Snowman Films. I have the Facebook group there, Stop Waiting and Start Creating Your Course. I'm on Instagram, Snowman Films, LinkedIn, anywhere, Noah Mittman. I'm happy to connect and want to chat with like-minded people. So come say hi.
Cool. And Noah wanted to hang around. He wanted to discuss this trailer. So as I close out the entertainment booth, I'm going to bring you guys this exclusive trailer from Warner Brothers. This is the trailer for Godzilla versus Kong. Or if you're a Kong fan, you're going to say Kong versus Godzilla. I don't give an F right now because I like both characters. I don't care who comes first, but the trailer is fire. Here it goes. Kong versus Godzilla trailer right now.
Let's watch the monster fights.
This is our only chance. We have to take it. We need Kong. The world needs him to stop what's coming. And this child, she's the only one he'll communicate with.
I knew that they had a bond. She had nowhere to go, so I made a promise to protect her. And I think that in some way, Kong did the same. Godzilla.
These are dangerous times.
Godzilla's out there and he's hurting people and we don't know why.
There's something provoking him that we're not seeing here.
I'm of the same opinion.
The myths are real. There was a war. And they're the last ones standing.
I keep reaching for greatness because I'm built from it.
Who bows to who?
Nobody gonna stop for me. Here we go.
Kong bows to no one.
Here we go.
All right, that was the trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong. I just can't wait for that. I'm going to let Noah Mittman have the final word on this film. We're big fans, but I'm going to let him have the final word before I get into my next guest. Noah, let him have it, man.
Dude, that was the hypest trailer. And also, I have so many questions because it seems like the storylines from Godzilla and Kong just like jumped and now they're suddenly together. And like, what happened to all the characters from the Godzilla movie or from the Kong movie? And it's epic that we have monster fights and that he's using a freaking axe made of energy, made out of like Kong's Godzilla's back.
Yeah.
But there's so many questions, and also I don't care that much because it's Kong versus Godzilla, and that's epic.
See, I let the filmmaker give his thoughts on this instead of hogging all this. Hey, Noah, I gotta let you go. I gotta get my other guests on the show right now, but I'm gonna let you say your goodbyes again. Just throw out your social media and how people can reach you before we let you go.
Sometimes, listen. Sometimes you just gotta grab your popcorn and maybe a beer and have a good time.
I love it. So again, your social media, and let everybody know how they can get in touch with you.
Absolutely. Follow me on Facebook, connect with me on LinkedIn, Instagram, all the good stuff, Noah Mittman and Snowman Films. And thanks so much.
All right, cool. I'm going to thank Noah Mittman for coming on. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to show this video, Renee's Pain, from a guest.
I'm on Facebook. Check out my Facebook group, Stop Waiting and Start Creating Your Course. I'm on LinkedIn. Thank you.
All right, cool, man. All right, I'm going to let you go. And we've got our guest coming on. I'm going to show a quick video, Renee's Pain, Bruce Bills. He's going to be on this show on February 23rd. Here it is. I'm going to show this right now, and then I'll be with my guest, Brandon Boston, Pretty Poison, and Dro Castro.
I just don't understand. What is your problem? Like, for real, what's your problem?
Where are you going?
No, but what's your problem? I don't understand.
Where are you going?
Slapped by a man, it's like a bad dream stuck on repeat.
Damn, hey, baby. Hey, come here. Let me talk to you for a minute. Come here. Let me talk to you for a second. Look, I bought these for you. These are yours. It's not gonna happen again, I promise.
Cause things got worse and way worse for me. See, all the time she's cried. You caused inside. That makeup won't cover up insecurities, broken hearts and regrets. Yeah, you came destroy my family, then you left.
I'ma always be here for you, mama. So don't ever think that I won't.
Broadcasting live for the City of Champions. That was Renee's Pain by Bruce Bills. This young kid is very talented. He wrote that song. That song features his mother in the video, and he wrote the song about the domestic violence that he witnessed when he was younger. So that the words in that song are powerful. The visual itself is powerful. I give props to his mom's, Renee, for being in the video and reenacting some of that stuff that must have been hard for her to go through. I myself, as a black male, and to see this young black male put a video out to deal with that anger and that frustration that he went through as a child, and put his negative to music is a positive for me. I love it. I love seeing that instead of becoming what he saw, because sometimes that's what happens with young black men. We see this violence growing up, and sometimes in a sad place, some of these young men, because they've seen it so much, they go into this. And I've got two great guests on who can really talk about this real quick before we talk about the event. I got Pretty Poisson on the left, and I got Dro Casso down below. I don't know if you guys have seen this video yet, but if you could actually just talk about how impactful it is to see a young black man put that to music and put it to a visual aspect instead of taking it in a different direction where sometimes we do see. I'll let you start off, Dro, because you're just a fellow young black man, and then I'll let the mom speak up on the left after you.
Sure. So, man, I think it is dope, man. Visually, I truthfully, I didn't get to see the video fully, you know what I'm saying? But I think right now having music with substance and taking your visuals to the next level to be able to illustrate the words that are coming out and the meaning of the song and what you're trying to portray is a beautiful thing. As a black man, and the things that we're going through in society, today, I think it's important to touch on things that are that relate to us. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's key, man. I love it.
Pretty much, I think with everything that's going on today, that is dope that the younger youth can talk about something positive with all the racism and the violence and all of that stuff and police brutality. I just think that is dope that the youth can stand up and talk about something different, you know what I'm saying, and be a leader in today's crazy world. So that's dope, and congrats to him and salute.
Nice. And I got to let you guys know why these guys are on here. They have an event coming up calling it Branding Boston, and it's going to feature some great panelists. It's going to feature some great artists and performances. It's a 2-day event, and I'm going to let you guys get into this, how it came to be. This event actually was supposed to take place, I believe it was like last year, but then COVID hit, and then everything, you guys tried to have it, but then everything kept getting rolled back and then rolled back again, and then all hell broke loose, and then everything was just kind of put on hold for quite a long time. I actually had hit Dro up about the flyer and something of that sort, and then he was like, yeah, we sent that out a while ago. And then when I went and I looked, and I'm like, damn, he did send it out a while ago. That was sent out way back, and I was like, damn, I was like, that I forgot how long ago that this was originally scheduled for. So I'm gonna let you guys just talk and discuss how this has come to be and what exactly you are doing for this event. And you actually want this to kind of be a yearly event, am I correct?
Yeah, we definitely want to make it something that's yearly. I think is needed in today's society within the music industry, especially with the COVID going on. A lot of people in the industry are kind of stuck. Like, where do we go? Because our world has basically been kind of shut down. So to even know like what you should be focusing on right now, what you should be doing is definitely dope. And that's what we're trying to bring to the people, the knowledge and how to get around, what's happening right now, because we are, in a crazy time with the music industry. It's wild. So if you can learn some different things that you should be doing or focusing on right now, I think that is dope. So yeah, you got anything to add to that?
Dro?
Yeah, man. So she hit it right on the spot. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're trying to bring. We're trying to, make sure that artists, know how to brand themselves and just, provide some information that'll take them to the next level business-wise. We have great panelists. We thank all our panelists who participate in. They're working really hard to, provide information that, is key and essential to branding. Shout out to all our performers and also our moderators. So we have, just to throw a couple names on there, we have Tanya Butler. She's from the Berklee College of Music. She's going to be talking about how to kind of, how to move in a post COVID-19 world. As you know, we're affected by that. Like he says, it's important to now know new tools or understand what ways we can move forward in this new norm. We got Preem Richardson. He's going to be talking about PRO. It's very important. We have Hot Miz from Sony and Amnesty Records. He's coming from Atlanta, going to be speaking, which is really, really dope. He's been doing a lot of dope stuff in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So DJ DMA in New York, who actually he's managed a producer who's Grammy nominated. So these people, I feel like, have the know-how. Antonio Saldi, let me not forget the legend Antonio Saldi. So that just speaks for itself. But it was important for us to get people we feel could provide the essential information for branding yourself.
And you guys have a location, COVID safe.
So, anyway, January 29th and 30th, hit us up.
Nice. And how did you go about picking these panelists? How did you, go about this? I know you wanted to bring a lot to this table on the first time out.
We just kind of, figured some of the people who's actually in the industry currently or have been in it at some point in their life and, have made an impact and can actually speak on the topics and know exactly what they're talking about, by experience. And, for some of them, it's actually their day-to-day jobs and career. Like, that's what they do. So I just we wanted to get people who was definitely credible. So we feel that these people were definitely the ones for this go round, because we got a lot more on the list, and it's gonna get bigger and better, definitely. But this is definitely a group of people that we felt was capable to come and spread their knowledge, and just they're dope people. And we also collaborated with the Boston Public Library. Mm-hmm. So that was actually dope too. You know what I'm saying? We worked with them before. They liked how we worked and everything, so they definitely welcomed us back. So now we're doing something of our own with them, and it's gonna be dope. And hopefully, like we said before, it can be an ongoing thing. But yeah, we definitely found some people who know what they're talking about. They're in the industry, they're doing it, and that's what it is.
Nice. I got some people in the chat. What's up, Teflon Tony? Teflon Tony
just
released the DJ.
I can't. There's nothing more to say about that, man. What a piece said just hit it on the spot. Once again, prior to this, COVID started, like you said, and we were supposed to have the show, and due to COVID, it was canceled. it's been a blessing that we are still able to have those same panelists come back and do it with us live on Zoom. And like P said, man, thank you to Boston Public Library for wanting to take it and actually virtualize it. So yeah, man, that's what it is.
I think the Boston Public Library is an ill spot for a friggin' show. That place is legendary. I remember when it first opened many, many years ago, and my dad brought us there, and it was just craziness. I got some people in the chat that's saying hello. Sammy Sergio, what's going on, Sammy Sergio? He's the guy who let us use his spot for our event weekly during the summer. Vianna Marie's little show that she had during the summer with new artists. What's going on? He's in the chat. Teflon Tony just released a DJ mixtape, Braggadocio. What's going on? He's on here. Vianna Marie, who's actually performing on this event, Branding Boston, on Friday. So you want to check her out. She's in the chat. Solomon Clark, who just started his music career back up out of Florida, he's on here. So it's great to see all of these people checking out the chat who's involved with music. Dennis Donahue, I see you in the chat. What's up, man? Thank you for your service. The chat is really popping. Under COVID, guys, what have you guys done personally for yourselves as far as music goes? I know, Pretty, you had just had a release. Daddy had come out. You had just performed and opened up for DMX. Have you done any grinding or done anything during COVID, or have you just taken this time to just kind of reflect and get this project going for this event? What have you been doing?
Well, like you said, before COVID hit, I was actually traveling and moving around doing the concert thing, and I had just released Daddy, so it was definitely doing very well. The movement was moving, and it kind of put a little pause on it. I still push through the social media and things like that and radio, but my main focus has definitely been the music webinar that we've been working on, because there's a lot of work behind the scenes. So I really been focusing on that right now and trying to make it an ongoing thing and trying to make it so artists can get paid for their work and, things like that. A lot of things that we don't have going on right now here in Massachusetts, or Boston, should I say. So I'm just we're trying to, bring something different to the table, and people can feel appreciated when they come and do certain things, you know what I'm saying? So that's really been my main focus. The music is still flowing. Once this is over, I'll be back in the studio. This meaning the event. I'll be back in the studio, and then we'll be, trying to figure out our next move with the next event. But yeah, that's mainly what I've been focusing is on this event. So I've been giving it my 100% attention. It was something else I did want to mention though. What was it? I don't know. It'll come back to me. But yeah, that's what I've been focusing on this event itself. It is an online event. I do want to say people can watch it or nationwide. So just register. It's online, so wherever you are, you can tune in. I know what I wanted to say. We're also giving away some giveaways, which is like free studio time, free music video. What else we got? Studio, free photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? So we're actually trying to give the artist something back that makes sense to their whole project. You know what I'm saying? So all you do is register, and you'll be in a raffle. So simple as that. You ain't got to do nothing special. You register, and then you going in a raffle to win one of those prizes. So definitely a lot of good things entailed.
And Dro, you got a clothing line, right, that you've been working on during COVID, that you've been trying to get out there and get recognized during this time? Clothing line that you're working on?
Nah, not a clothing line, but I'm kind of like the same thing right now. I'm in the studio. I've been in the studio since October. I'll probably be in there. I was planning to March, ending of March. It's looking like, April. I'm gathering a lot of songs together. So, and it's coming out real good. Working on a mixtape and an album. So But like he said, man, through this, my number one focus is this webinar, and we have a lot of good things that we, like she said, putting together to make sure we can brand Boston and help and provide for our community in a major way. So, man, it is what it is. She said it, man. All you gotta do is attend, register. If you register, you get automatically into the raffle, which we're giving away brand essentials. That's like, I mean, I don't really know nobody who's really doing that, and that's kind of dope. Photo shoot, studio time, video shoot. What I'm saying, the whole package to be able to brand yourself effectively. So whoever's coming, not only are you attending for information, not only attending for the dope performance, because let me say, with the performance, like you said, we have Vienna and A&B, R&B sensation and a great hip hop artist who when it comes to speaking knowledge and speaking about substance, he got it. And then the next day, the young Shy Ghali, who's doing really, really big things now, and Tony Wilson, who is an amazing entertainer. The young James Brown, they call him. So he was able to kind of give supply diversity. You know what I'm saying? In our in the music, and because it's bigger than just hip hop. Hip hop was able to break through barriers. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to that. Make sure you log on for that raffle, man, because that's key. You know what I mean?
Viana Marie just put in the chat, register. Yeah, that's right, people. You need to register, because you know how people get angry and then they want to come up after the event and be like, how come I didn't win nothing? It's like, well, you got to register. If you didn't register, you ain't going to win nothing. So you got to register in order to win what these guys are offering. Pretty just put in there the link. So there's no excuse, people. There's no excuse. Register. She just put the link in there. She just dropped it. No excuse. We don't want nobody saying, how come I didn't win? It's there. And I apologize because I'm slurring my words today because I spent all day at the dentist yesterday. But I had to get on the air. I couldn't leave you guys hanging. So I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. Before we get out of here, I'm going to let Dro and Pretty give out their links. I'm going to let the lady go first and give out her social media links so people can reach out to her and get in touch with her, and then I'll let Dro go next. So Pretty, you can hit him with yours first.
Okay, so you guys want to reach me or find out more information about the event, you can hit up the company page, Official Mass Movement. That's Official Mass Movement, or Pretty Poisson, spelled with 2 S's, on Facebook. Definitely register. Definitely look out for more events and opportunities, because we're trying to bring something new and knowledgeable to Massachusetts, to the world. You know what I'm saying? So definitely do that and look out for Mass Movement. We out here. Hey.
All right, Dro.
Yeah, she said it, man. You know what I'm saying? Company page, Mass Movement, Official Mass Movement. Make sure y'all log on. You know what I'm saying? The events page is Brandon Boston. You know what I'm saying? So that you could be able to get on. All information is on there. Brandon Boston Music Business Webinar. The register page. To register, you could go to Eventbrite, and all you have to do is put in Brandon Boston. It's going to pop up. You know what I mean? So make sure you register. Man, I'm excited about this. Once again, thank you to the Boston Public Library, for making this happen. Thank you to our sponsor, you know what I'm saying? To what's the word? For making this, happen for us, man. We love y'all. Thank you for our performers. And we ready. That's it.
Absolutely. January 29th and 30th. January 29th and 30th. A 2-day event. 2 days, people. You don't want to miss that knowledge for 2 days straight.
Good stuff. So I want to thank you guys for coming on here. I'm going to take a quick break, let these guys get out of here. But again, Brandon Boston, she actually put those links in the chat. So again, no excuse, people. Eventbrite. So if you just go on Eventbrite and you can just search Brandon Boston and see it and get yourself registered for this event. Teflon Tony, I know you was asking. Teflon Tony, just click that link that Pretty Poison just dropped. I'm going to let these guys get out of here. I'm going to show a quick trailer for my boy, Newbie Rateau, I Am You. This is his new film project. And we'll be back to close out the booth after this. Peace.
But still, being a dreamer kind of like restricts me from it's kind of ironic. It restricts me from dreaming.
I want the children that are growing up in the United States to be dreamers also. They're not dreaming right now.
When someone's coming here, more times than not, they're coming because they're trying to get a better situation.
I get a phone call, and my sister told me that they got him. And I said, what do you mean they got him?
Day one, we end a border policy which allows federal agents to snatch babies from the arms of their mothers.
What they want is to turn the United States of America into the United Socialist States of America.
When I heard about America, for me it was like paradise. It was a place where there was no pain, there was no problem, there was no issues.
The beautiful coloring of our country that is happening at a faster pace is creating fear.
USA! USA! USA!
This man who struck these two women, he was deported 8 times.
These incredible women who lost their daughters and their sons.
That's unfair to say someone's a racist because they take a position. Life is so hard in Haiti or in the country that they had before, they'll take the risk of getting caught. Like it's almost like all or nothing.
All the data that I've seen indicates that crime is higher in a sanctuary city than in a non-sanctuary city.
There's rules, there's regulations, there's laws.
Like at the end of the day, you know, I'm just like you.
I am you.
I am
you.
In the end, we remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends.
All right, your boy Since One back here in the booth, broadcasting live. It's great stuff. That was Newbie Rateau's I Am You trailer. That is coming out this year. He's been working on that film. COVID did kind of slow things down. I got to thank my guest, Noah Mittman, for coming on the show. I got to thank Pretty Poison and Dro Casso. Branding Boston is what's going on. Anybody who's registered, thank you very much for registering. Again, you can't win if you don't register. So Teflon Tony, thank you for registering. It's great stuff. Let me get back in here. I got about a few minutes left before we get out of here. I'm actually a little bit over, but I had some great guests on. As I was mentioning, in the entertainment booth, we closed that out. We also showed the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer. Good stuff. But I'm going to move into the sports booth. Rest in peace, Hank Aaron, Braves legend, 86 years old. He was the home run king. And here's the sad thing now that the people are talking about. They're saying that he had just received the COVID vaccine just days prior, like 10 days or 11 days prior to him passing away. It's kind of a tough thing to try to figure out because one of the things is if you're older and you have all these existing ailments, you move to the top of that list and got that COVID vaccine. So I don't know if he was already in bad health when he received the COVID vaccination. So we'll see. They're going to keep an eye on this. They're watching this type of thing right now. I do know with the COVID vaccinations, the big news that had come out this week is that Moderna and Pfizer, the COVID vaccination that you receive from them will also protect you from the new COVID-19 variant. That's the one that was over in the UK and a couple other places, and they've had about, I think, like 2, maybe 3, 4 cases here in the US. But if you get the Moderna or the Pfizer, you will be covered against the COVID-19 variant. So you want to make sure you pay attention to that. I see Pretty Poisons in the chat, Dro Casso. I'm actually going to be re-showing the video before I close out the show. the video from the young man that I was speaking about, Mr. Bills, Bruce Bills, that powerful video. I'm actually going to close out the show and then let SpongeBob take us out after that video, and we're going to go from there. Sports Booth, UFC 257, medical suspensions, Conor McGregor, he's going to be out 180 days. As you guys know, what led to his knockout was that Dustin Poirier had kicked the crap out of his legs, and he could barely walk on his legs, and he stumbled into the knockout that we all seen it of now. As you can see behind me, I've got the meme up there with Bernie Sanders. But yeah, Conor McGregor suffered his third loss of his career. It's a tough one. Dustin Poirier is the real deal. He'll move up into the rankings now at that 155 level. And we'll see what happens with Dustin Poirier, too, because he had to do a 7-day mandatory suspension. So what happens is when you win a fight, it's an automatic 7-day mandatory, for blood check and all that stuff to make sure that everything's all clean. And then whatever will be recognized after the 7 days. But again, Conor McGregor has suffered a 180-day medical suspension. If your doctors clear him to come back, we'll see if he's going to come back. The question is he going to come back? There was a tough loss, a lot of ring rust, and we'll see what happens to him. Matt Patricia, who was fired from the Detroit Lions, is coming back to the New England Patriots. He will be a member of the defensive coaching staff and scouting staff. That's great news for him. But that wasn't the big news around here in New England. For those who don't know sports, right now, there's a civil war brewing in the New England area, in the New England, Rhode Island. Well, Rhode Island, Connecticut, they're Jets, Giants fans, not really more so Patriots fans, except the ones that picked them up during the 20-year reign. But we right now are having a serious civil war brewing amongst Patriots fans. And here's why. If you guys watched the conference championships this weekend, you all know that on the AFC side that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have defeated the Buffalo Bills to advance to the Super Bowl. But the game before that pitted Drew Brees and Tom Brady against each other in the NFC Championship game. And Tom Brady just did something that Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees have done. And that's win one NFC title. His first time out in the NFC, Tom Brady leading the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a big win over Green Bay in Lambeau Field. And for those, I talked about this on the show last week. Like I said, it didn't mean squat for him to go to Lambeau Field. Tom Brady played here in New England for 20-plus years. He played in Michigan before that. So as far as the cold weather goes, he was going to be able to perform. He performed, his defense stepped up, and now they're in the Super Bowl. But here's the thing. New England fans are torn. A lot of us like me who are sports fans, I love the sport. I recognize achievements. I went out and I congratulated Tom Brady on going to the Super Bowl yet again. I'm happy for him. It's a business. It is what it is. A lot of people are now throwing shade at Kraft and Belichick, and it's undeserved, people. It's undeserved. In my opinion, Tom Brady left to extend his branding. And I don't blame him. He has a chance to follow his icon in Joe Montana and do something that Joe Montana didn't do. Joe Montana led San Fran to a Super Bowl championship, and then he had a chance to lead Kansas City to a championship, and he didn't get it done. So how funny is it that Tom Brady gets to live his idol's dream and beat the team that his idol was quarterback of? This will be historic. This will be a first other than Craig Morton, who did it. But the Bradys will be a first because it'll be the first time a quarterback did it in his home stadium. So that will be a first, and it will extend his brand. And to be honest, if you're Tom Brady and you win this Super Bowl this time out, you really got to think about retiring. The Tampa Bay only had him come for 2-year it's like a 2-year contract deal. And my feeling is that Tom Brady, if he wins, he's really going to think about retirement because he's got to protect his brand. You don't want to be like Michael Jordan and then go sign with the Wizards and taint your career and have people have to forget about that little period you did there. So let's see. We'll see what happens. My feeling is as much as I like Andy Reid as coach of the Chiefs, I think if it comes down to coaching, Andy Reid can beat this Tampa Bay team because I'm not a big fan of Bruce Arians. But, again, it's Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes is going to be a hell of a game. I can't wait. I think Tom Brady takes this home. He's hungry. He knows what he needs to do here. And whenever Tom Brady has been faced with adversity, he's come out on top. He left Belichick. Everybody said, well, Belichick was the guy. Brady was a system quarterback. And he wasn't a system quarterback. He was a damn good quarterback. So, this is proving it's getting a lot of monkeys off his back, so to say. So, we'll see, guys. 2 weeks. We'll be here to watch and find out. As far as Super Bowls go, it's getting very interesting, people. Last week I announced on the show that Pepsi and Coca-Cola will not be doing any advertising during the Super Bowl this year. Those are the two of the biggest ad sponsors for the Super Bowl. Usually have some of the funniest, greatest commercials of all time. Now, Budweiser, who pretty much almost made me cry 2 years ago with their Super Bowl ad with the dog and the Clydesdale, they've decided to sit out so they can funnel marketing dollars into boosting vaccine awareness for people for COVID-19. I applaud the fact that Coke and Pepsi and Budweiser, three of the biggest Super Bowl ad creators, are now sitting out. Granted, it will open up doors for some of these new filmmakers and advertising companies to get that sponsorship out there for their businesses. But again, I think this is the money's better spent from these big three. You've got one of the top beers and the two top soda companies out there. So I applaud this. I think they should be recognized for doing this, considering, how big having a Super Bowl ad is. Moving on into the Biden bombshells. As you guys know, we dumped Trump troubles as of last week. We had the inauguration, so it's now become Biden bombshells. Biden is now under fire for freezing a Trump rule which was meant to lower insulin prices. Now, a lot of people out there are sharing these posts and things out there about all these things that Biden has done in his first week that are bad. And a lot of it, to be honest, it's all spin. And before I close out the show and get into this video, I'm just going to break it down for you real quick. Biden only froze this rule on the insulin prices because he wants to look it over. He wants to make sure that the money is going where it needs to go to. He wants to make sure it's not tied up in any red tape. And the reason why he's doing this is because when the COVID vaccinations were being created, Trump and a couple of his buddies are going to make some money off these COVID vaccines from some of these companies. Now, companies like Moderna and Pfizer, and I forget the third company, they actually refused government money from producing this vaccine because they didn't want to be tied up into this whole the government funding and how Trump, and I think it was like the owner of Walmart and somebody else was tied up in this vaccination thing. So that is why Biden froze this. I see a lot of people sharing this whole thing about Biden cutting jobs from the Keystone Pipeline. Here's the thing, people. The Keystone Pipeline should have never been reopened to begin with. Since 2010, that pipeline has dumped over 700,000 gallons in spills because it hasn't been maintained or checked properly as it should, which is why it should have been shut down. The reason why they restarted work on it is because when President Trump got in, he rolled back EPA regulations so people could go back to doing the stuff that they was doing at the old standards. He also brought in and revamped the Army Corps of Engineers with yes people so they could reroute maps and waterways so companies could go back to dumping stuff into waterways and rivers. If you don't believe me, talk to somebody in New Hampshire and they'll let you know what happened to the Merrimack River and the Nashua River up there after Trump rolled back the EPA. They had a whole issue with fish dying and things of that sort. So, a lot of the stuff that people are talking about unions losing job, hey, that was a contracted job. When the job ended, they went to another contract anyway. So again, please, people, facts, get your facts. And before I get out of here and show you this video, the other thing is that this story that people were talking about was the National Guard sleeping in a parking garage. First of all, Biden didn't issue that order for them to sleep in the parking garage, number one. Number two, that order came from somebody within the Capitol Police. They don't know who. They're going to find out. Number three, the troops that had complained the most about this parking garage incident, guess where they're from, people? Florida and Texas. Governor DeSantis and Governor Abbott. Guess who those two nitwits are? Those two guys are big friends and buddies of Donald Trump. So guess who makes this story up? And, well, they didn't make the story up, but this happened, and they were the loudest ones about this to make Biden look bad. Again, spin, people. Pay attention. Read your stories deeply. Don't just scan over headlines. Read the story deeply, and you will get the answers. Trust me, because that was the first thing I read, and when I saw the two governors who were making the most noise about their troops, it was those two guys, and that's probably where the story was from. So again, check it out. Read your stories. Get your info correctly. I also saw some people out there talking about, well, gas prices went up this week. Well, nitwits. Gas prices go up and down every day. It's controlled by OPEC. The president has absolutely nothing to do with the daily gas prices. It's the price per barrel price, and the price changes every time these gas stations order fuel to be delivered because they're going to get it at whatever that daily rate is. I drove today and gas was back down to $2.03, people. Did you see me jumping on Facebook talking about, well, gas was $2.03. Joe Biden's doing something? No, because Joe Biden has absolutely nothing to do with the gas prices. It's OPEC. And the only reason why gas is low right now is because they're having a bidding war between the two companies that provide the fuel through OPEC. And the only reason why they have a surplus is because nobody's traveling due to COVID. Hence the reason for low gas prices. Production is down. Production is down. There's a surplus, people. So all of these people sharing all this crazy stuff on Facebook and social media right now that you're just mad. You're just mad. And I hate it. Chris Gagney, what's going on? See you in the chat. So what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to actually show this video one more time for you guys. This is Bruce Bill's Renee's Pain. This is his video, and I'm going to show this video, and then when the video's done, I'm going to let SpongeBob do me a favor, and he's going to get us out of here. But again, Bruce Bills will actually be on this show February 23rd, and then February 9th, I've got Eric Young of Audios. He's going to be on this show next week, and I'm pretty ecstatic for that, February 9th. Actually, February 9th is not next week. It's the week after, but he will be on this show. This is a great story. He is the CEO, the inventor, and the founder of Audios, and this is a great story, and I can't wait to have him on. He's one of the few black people to ever be granted 2 patents on a product, too. So I can't wait to get him on. So here we go. Bruce Bills, Renee's Pain. Here's the music video for those who missed it earlier. Chris Gagney, what's going on? I see you saying hello. And then after this, SpongeBob will take us home.
Well, see you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening to The Booth on Hoobazoo and HatcherRadio.com. Please follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the podcast at Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The Booth is a Sinister One production hosted by Sinister One.
I've got to start hanging out with friends that are a little more intelligent and understand politics and stuff. It's just that I'm up on this level up here, and all my friends are down here. Me, nah. You guys, nah. Maybe a little more down in here. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches hating, so you know I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine with your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, you know we bang. I miss those days, which was easy. If only I made it, this on repeat. Now that I done upgraded, I've been upstate, but y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak assholes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip, I don't need that shit, it's like I'm my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything, I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
WHOOBAZOO, that's Hoobazoo.com.
Enter website, enter website, enter website, enter website.